So it's nothing else but the extortionists. What they want to do is that people, when they go into those clinics, they want those people to really pay. These group of individuals, they are nothing more than the extortionists. It's just a bunch of individuals who wants to extort vulnerable individuals who seek some medical health care.
Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. South Africa is once again on fire, and not because of riots, but because of something far deeper, our clinics. Yes, the very places meant to heal people have now become battlegrounds between citizens and foreigners, between community movements and government, between patriotism and politics. ENCA sat down with MMC of Public Safety in Johannesburg, Mgcini Tshwaku from the EFF, and what he revealed and how he framed it tells you everything you need to know about where the priorities of this government really are. Let's get into it.
Johannesburg clinics have become flashpoints. Patients turned away, foreign nationals questioned, and staff shaken. The Gauteng Health MEC has condemned the blockades. Operation Dudula denies any wrongdoing, even as the death of a child in Alexandra reignites a debate over migrant rights and the rule of law. He joins me now ahead of that. Very good morning to you, Dr. Tshwaku. You've described these clinic blockades as unlawful and inhumane. How widespread are they, and what exactly is happening on the ground?
Look, these blockages are actually citywide in Johannesburg, but you've got the hotspots which are mainly in the CBD and Soweto. So as a public safety, we have manned them up in terms of the security. We also got the JMPD that is actually doing rounds from time to time around the area. And also we've put in the TRU, which is the undercover unit, to really look into this issue because there are individuals which are almost stationed at the clinics, and they are stopping people from entering. Actually, they are asking everyone who's entering the clinic for an ID, which is quite wrong, because that is actually an impersonation of a government official, which is your home affairs, which is a criminal offense. We've manned them up and all of that. So yeah, that is what is actually happening at this point in time. I've contacted the Major General Mtombeni to really assist as well in terms of the arrest, because as a JMPD we can arrest the individual, but what they can do is that the SERPs, they need to detain and actually process individuals.
Thank you very much for that, and just contextualizing, the pervasiveness of this particular matter. Let's come to the Alexandra case now. What do we know so far about the tragic death of that child, and what steps is the city taking to establish accountability?
Look, as you know, that this matter now is the matter with the police. A case of actually murder has been actually opened against the member of Operation Dudula, Zandile, and then so we're actually waiting for those outcomes. What we have found out so far as the JMPD in terms of the analysis of what is happening is that these group of individuals, they are nothing more than the extortionists. What happens when Kenneth, in these matters, and in the public, they must know. They started with the buildings in the CBD, saying that, of course, foreigners are in the buildings and all of that. Dudula hijacked them, by the way. And most of those foreigners are paying to some of the members of Dudula. And then after that, they went into the informal traders in the city, because you know that some of the informal traders, a number of them are actually, the foreign nationals. So most of the foreign nationals, which are informal traders, are paying to those guys. They are paying to the members of Dudula. So what they want to do now, they've moved in now into the clinics, and also, as we can see, that they are moving into the schools. So it's nothing else but the extortionists. What they want to do is that people, when they go into those clinics, they want those people to really pay. So this is what the matter is actually at hand at this point in time. It's not a group of individuals concerned really about the capacity of the clinic, about the budget, the fiscus of the country, and all of that. It's just a bunch of individuals who wants to extort vulnerable individuals who seek some medical health care. And according to the Constitution, you know, me and you know that whether you're a South African, you're a foreigner, you're a refugee, and everyone, or asylum seeker, you are entitled, to, you're entitled to the health care. And
Dr.
also that goes in terms of education as well. So that is what is actually happening at this point in time. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I actually want to go back to what you've just said, that this is basically racketeering and extortion that
Yes.
Dudula is involved in. You know, that they've hijacked the buildings that they were apparently chasing illegal and undocumented foreigners out of, that they're demanding, they're extorting informal traders in the city. Now they're doing the same thing in clinics. Those are punishable offenses under law. What's being done about
Yes.
that? Those are quite massive allegations that you're making.
Yes, and I can tell you now, Kenneth, I'm actually I'm actually stay by those allegations as well. Undercover unit, we've actually been putting up, undercover guys to go and look into these issues, and more so. And what is actually happening is that, you see, the one with the informal traders, they're actually very smart, because
Sorry, Dr. Tshwaku. Dr. Tshwaku,
yeah.
I'm sorry to cut your word. I'm worried that we won't get to the end of the conversation without getting an understanding of
Yes.
what the city is doing legally about what it is you've uncovered regarding the extortion.
No. At this point in time, as I said, that we've got our undercover unit, this TRU,
Right.
gathering information. And also what I did is that I'm in contact with the General Mtombeni, because we need to do crime intel. We need to put in crime in intelligence and the investigators into this issue. I think within the next week or two, we probably should be uncovering some of these issues. And because, as I said to you, that no one, you can't have any individual asking people for their IDs.
Yes.
And also what we've seen as the modus operandi from Abo Dudula is that they are making people to really pay, especially the vulnerable one and the foreigners, for the services. So they did the same thing with the informal trading and some of the buildings in the city and some of the hijacked houses. Now they're going to do that in the clinics and the schools.
So let's start with what he admits. He says there are blockades at clinics, especially in Soweto and the CBD. He says people are standing at the doors, checking IDs, deciding who goes in and who doesn't. He calls it impersonating Home Affairs and even says it's a criminal offense. Now here's the irony. When South Africans step up to do the job government refuses to do, suddenly it's called crime. Suddenly the state jumps in with undercover units, with police commissioners and with arrests. But where is that same energy when it comes to illegal foreigners? Where is that energy at the borders? Where is that energy when Home Affairs collapses and fails to deport people who shouldn't be here? Do you see the pattern? Government won't act against illegal foreigners breaking the law, but it will act in full force against South Africans trying to protect their communities. The MMC continues to pin blame on Operation Dudula. He accuses them of extortion, of hijacking buildings, of charging rent to foreigners, of taxing informal traders, and now even charging money for entry into clinics. Let's pause right there. That is a massive allegation. He's painting the entire movement as nothing but mafia-style criminals. But here's what doesn't add up. We've all seen videos of ordinary South Africans, mothers, fathers, and even grandmothers standing outside clinics in Yeovil, in Soweto, in Durban, all of them saying enough is enough. Are we really supposed to believe that all these gogos, all these ordinary people are part of some extortion syndicate? Are we supposed to believe that their only goal is to make money off illegal foreigners? No, that narrative is being pushed because it's convenient. It discredits the movement. It paints patriotism as criminality. Now, let's deal with the Constitution argument. Tshwaku says healthcare is a right for all, South African or not, foreigner or refugee, legal or illegal. But let's be honest, that's not sustainable, that is not practical, and that is not what South Africans fought for. You cannot tell citizens who pay taxes, whose families struggled for decades, that their children must be put in the same queue as people who broke the law just to get into the country. That's not justice, it's betrayal. The government wants us to see illegal foreigners as vulnerable. But the real vulnerable are South Africans who are turned away at clinics because the shelves are empty. The real vulnerable are parents who have to sleep outside clinics just to secure a spot. The real vulnerable are the children who die because the system is collapsing. Illegal immigration isn't just a political issue, it's a direct attack on our healthcare, our education, and our survival. And let's be real, even if there are bad apples in Operation Dudula, even if there are individuals exploiting situations for money, that does not erase the bigger truth. The bigger truth is that communities are rising up because government has failed. Communities are filling a vacuum left by leaders who care more about international image and open border ideology than about the citizens of this country. This MMC himself is a walking contradiction. One day, he's out there raiding illegal businesses, shutting down unlicensed operations, and many South Africans cheer him for that. The next day, he's on national TV defending foreigners' rights to flood our clinics and labeling community groups as extortionists. Why? Because at the end of the day, he serves a party that has openly said they want open borders. A party that has shown time and time again that they do not put South Africans first. So let's stop pretending that this is about law and order. It's not. It's about control. It's about silencing South Africans who dare to defend their own communities. It's about using the Constitution as a shield for illegal immigration while ignoring the laws that actually protect our people. This fight at the clinics is bigger than healthcare. It's about who comes first in this country, the citizens who built it or the foreigners who bypassed its laws. And until government starts putting South Africans first, these confrontations will only grow. The people are angry, the people are awake, and no amount of name-calling or criminal charges will stop them from defending their country. Watch the video on your left to see General Nhlanhla Mkhwanazi dealing with illegal foreigners in KZN. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell. Until next time.